Welcome my children, this is your mentor Mrs. Mohania. So let's continue with our chapter, that is Review Python. For today your learnings will be precedence of operator, comments in Python, types of control structures. So let's begin with the first topic, that is precedence of operator. Now it refers to the order of priority in which the operators are evaluated in an expression. So in case when more than one operators is to be used while evaluating an expression, the Python interpreter decides at the runtime that which operator should be evaluated first. Now this decision is based totally on the precedence of operator and the associative of the operators. Let's understand now what is associativity of an operator. Now it determines the direction of operators from which side, either left to right or right to left, the expression should be resolved. So this is decided by the associativity of the operator. Okay, moving further, next topic is comments in Python. Now why do we use comments? Comments are the statements that are added to a program with the purpose of making the code easier to understand. Now there are two types of comments. The first is single line comments. Now the single line comments are created by beginning a line with the hash character and it is terminated at the end of the line. This is your single line comment. This is only used when you are writing a single line. But the next is multi-line comments. Now here when you have more details with you and which may exceed one line. So at that time we are using this multi-line comments and it has been used by adding a delimiter. Okay, so that is the sign for delimiter, and for single line we are using hash character. Moving further, our next topic is types of control structures. Now here we have three types of control structures. The very first is sequential statements. Sequential statements, what happens? A statement in a program are executed in a sequential manner, in a proper sequential manner, where one statement is followed by the other with no possibility of branching off to another action. Our next statement is conditional statements. Now here what happens? If a conditional statement is true, then one set of statements is executed. Otherwise, the other set of statement is executed. This is a conditional statement. Condition statement is true, then one part is executed. If it is not, then simultaneously the other statement is executed. The third part is iterative statements. Now here these statements repeat a set of statements for a specific number of time as long as the given condition is true. Till a particular condition is true, the set of statements will keep on repeating. Suppose we are saying that this particular statement has to repeat for 4 times, so it will keep on repeating for the 4 times. When the given condition becomes false, the control comes out of the loop and the repetition stops. Now for example, if you have been said to take a round of a room, or you take a 10 rounds of your room, so what will happen? It will keep on running around till you complete the 10 rounds. So this is a iterative statements. You will keep on continuing it till the condition is satisfied, till it is true. The moment it becomes false, that means moment you complete the 10 rounds, you will stop. Okay, so next is your flowchart. Flowchart is a pictorial representation of the flow of steps or a procedure to solve a problem, whereas algorithm is a well-defined step to step procedure to solve a problem. So why you are using algorithm? It helps us to understand the problem and you can find a solution in a better way. But in flowchart we are finding the solution in a form of a pictorial. Okay, now here is an example of a flowchart given to you. You can see here this is a flowchart to check whether you can apply for a driving license or not. So the very first thing, see, it is shown to you start, and then next is input your age. So for start and stop you are using the same sign, and for input your age, this is your input. For input and output we are using the rectangular shape. Then next is conditional, that is age is greater than or equal to 18. This is the condition. Okay, now there are two conditions. We have either yes or no. If no, if your age is not more than 18, then what will happen? Then the output will be you are not eligible to apply for a driving license. And in case it is yes, your age is more than 18, then what is it given to you? You are eligible to apply for a driving license. This is the output. So this is the output given to you, and then after that at the end the program has to stop. So we are using a stop. So start and stop sign are same. This is a flow chart, and here we have just written a small program regarding the driving license. Okay, so moving further, this is the assignment number 3 given to you, my children. I have given you all the fill in the blanks, true or false. So do complete your assignment. Your questions are given to you. Complete all the questions and send it to my personal window. That's all for today. Thank you. God bless you. Take care, and do like this video if you understood the concept. Thank you.